Am I the a-hole for telling my 26 male, mother, 47 female, that I do not grieve my late brother, 28 male? The first video of my brother and I was when I was a newborn. He was 2 and demanding our parents toss me into the trash. His attitude never improved from there. He was my biggest bully my whole school life. He threatened other kids to make them avoid me. He stole any money I made. He constantly mocked me for fun. And he was the favorite child at home because he was extroverted, loud and requiring attention, while I was withdrawn, anxious and discreet. I was all of those things because my brother was constantly smothering me, not allowing me to have any presence that could threaten his status. As an adult, he got arrested more times than I can count. He spent 6 months in prison and had an ankle monitor for 2 years. His things were petty thievery and recreational drugs, both consuming and selling. I was never arrested. I graduated with a master's degree without debt thanks to a full-ride scholarship. I got a job, saved up, started my own company, which grew until I could hire 3 people, and my little company makes more money than I ever thought possible. I still got 0% of my parents' attention and love. It's not even that I would want those things now that I am an adult, but it does bring back the burn of years of neglect. I was always the normal child, the one who's doing what he is supposed to be doing, so everyone was focusing entirely on bailing my dear brother out of jail because he was caught buying stuff with counterfeit bills or something of the sort. And several months ago, he stole my mother's car and went on a joyride. He was high. He crashed. I did what is expected of a brother and son. I attended the funeral. I gave lip service to a brother departed too soon. I comforted my parents for weeks afterwards, staying at their place just to be their shoulder to cry on, etc. And then things slowed down. I went back to living in my own home, and I continue life as usual, but my parents continue to expect me to be distraught? Broken? It keeps being put on the table over and over. How I am not sad that he's passed away. How I don't miss him. How horrified mom is that I haven't visited his grave, etc. He's your brother, in a horrified tone, is something I hear multiple times weekly nowadays. Mom in particular seems on a crusade to make me mourn, wearing all black and dramatically locking myself in my boudoir to Victorianically sob for my dear departed sibling. I told her with as much tact as I could, but still told her that I never liked my brother as a person, that I do not miss him. I respect my parents grieving, but it's theirs, not mine. She reacts very negatively to that, saying I absolutely have to grieve him. She makes insinuations I do not like about what it means about my own moral fiber, that I don't feel bad at all for his passing. So, am I the a-hole?
Not the a-hole. It looks like your mom would rather lose 2 sons than acknowledge the one she lost isn't worth all the effort she's still throwing at him.
I wonder if she would have forced my brother to mourn me if I had been the one to pass away first.
If you wanted me to grieve him, then you should have stopped him from bullying me. My life is objectively better now that he isn't around. I'm sorry that it hurts you to hear that, but it's the truth. But at this point, it's clear that there is absolutely nothing further we can gain from continuing to have this conversation. So, is there something else you would like to discuss? Or shall I say goodbye for now? Not the a-hole, and you would be better off setting some boundaries on what conversations you were willing to have with her. Don't be afraid to hang up the phone, walk out of the house whenever she refuses to drop the issue. Good luck, and I'm sorry that you are still having to put up with the problems caused by your brother even after his death. You deserve better.
Not the a-hole. No one gets to dictate how you feel about your late brother. Considering your descriptions of his behavior towards you, any one reasonable person would understand that your feelings to him are, at best, complex. That is absolutely fair and valid. In regard to your mother, it really depends on what sort of relationship you want to have with her moving forward. Given how they have also treated you, if this is the straw that causes you to distance from them, then that is also fair and valid. You've made a wonderful life, and if you want to go live that life and enjoy it on your terms, then go do it without guilt. They set the tone of your relationship over the last 26 years. Lastly, if you do want to maintain some relationship, I would offer her a blanket statement to attempt to get her to move on. I know that we all just experienced a horrible tragedy. Grief looks different on everyone, and we all have to process and mourn in our own way. Just because I don't grieve as you do does not make it any less valid. I would appreciate it if you'd respect that and allow me to process this in my own way. But like I said, you are under no moral obligation to take this route, just offering my suggestion to get her off your back should you want to actively remain in the lives. Regardless, I am sorry for the loss of your brother. Grieve or not on your terms and be proud of the life you've built yourself with minimal support.
Not the a-hole they're mourning a fantasy. In their fantasy, their other son turns his life around and becomes what they wanted him to be. Now they're angry and can blame his untimely death for why he didn't do that, rather than admitting he was a loser. They didn't protect you from your brother or acknowledge you, in spite of you in every way mentioned living a life most parents would dream of for their kids, and they're still too blind to see it. You're awesome. I'm proud of you for what you did. You're not obligated to continue to faux mourn your brother, who was a shit sibling, son, and human from what you described. You can tell them off, or you could just say, "My grief is private and I am coping with this in my own way. Please stop bringing it up and placing expectations on me of how to feel about my brother's death."
Am I the a-hole for using my daughter's bathroom? I don't know if ages are necessary here, but I'm 35, my wife is 36 and our daughter is 15. English isn't my first language, so if there are any errors I apologize. We live in a 3-bedroom house. One of the bedrooms, our daughter's, has its own bathroom and there's another bathroom downstairs. We wanted our daughter to have her own bathroom because she takes the longest to get ready for school, shower, washing hair, makeup, etc. Yesterday I woke up later than usual, and when I went downstairs to use the bathroom to get ready for work, my wife was in there taking a shower. I asked her if I could come in and shave while she was showering, but she told me no and that I had to wait. I told her I was going to be late, but she told me that it was my fault for not getting up earlier, which yes it was, but me and my wife had some wine the night before and I forgot to set my alarm. So I went to my daughter's room to ask her if I could use her bathroom. She was also in her bathroom getting ready, but she told me that I could come in and get ready while she was in there. So I came in, took a quick shower and shaved and left. But when I came home from work, my wife was angry with me that I used our daughter's bathroom. So I told her I wouldn't have to if she let me use ours while she was there. We argued for a bit and my wife has been barely speaking to me since that argument. My daughter thinks her mom is overreacting and that me using her bathroom wasn't a big deal. I honestly don't know if I'm in the wrong here. So am I the a-hole for using her bathroom?
Not the a-hole. It's your daughter's bathroom and she gave you permission. Unless you expose yourself to your teenage daughter or otherwise behaved inappropriately. If this is just about using that bathroom, then your wife has no justifiable reason to complain, since it does not belong to her. Your wife owes you a deeper explanation of why this bothers her so much, or else she needs to let it go.
Yeah, not the a-hole OP. Your wife is being weird about this.
Not the a-hole. I don't get why your wife is mad when your daughter is completely okay. In fact, her decision directly caused you to go use the other bathroom and she doesn't see that? If it's just because you woke up late, that's her being petty.
I think that's it. Wife tried to punish him for sleeping in and is mad that it didn't work.
And that is a weird thing to be mad about. It happens to everyone. Even me, and I set 3 alarms to avoid that. Why didn't she wake him when she got up? That's what a normal person would do. What is her problem?
You are not the a-hole. Your wife is huge a-hole though. Not only she didn't want you to share your and hers bathroom together, she also didn't care about you being late, nor that your daughter is actually a sensible human and allowed you to use her bathroom. It seems that your wife is feeling stupid and guilty and wants to dump all her bad feelings onto you by accusing you of everything that she is guilty of.
Not the a-hole. You asked your daughter. She said it was okay. I don't get your wife's point for being mad at you. Except if she wanted to teach you some kind of lesson.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.